Hello and welcome to the weekly edition of Simply Intoxicating. The Union Budget 1516 is barely a few days away. There are lots of expectations in every sector of the economy. There is no taxpayer or individual in the country who is looking forward to some sort of tax concession, or an economist, for instance, a domain expert, is looking forward to some kind of roadmap for the quicker revival of the Indian economy. Today, in this edition, we are going to talk about the kind of expectations the different domain experts have. I have with us in the studio the former chairman of the Central Board of Excise and Custom, Mr. Sumit Dutt Majumdar. I'm going to ask him about his expectations from the Union Budget.
Thank you, Shailendra. Well, when you talk about expectations from the Union Budget, let me first tell you that budget making exercise is a fine balance, is keeping a fine balance between the overall requirements of the economy. And I would also like to say at the beginning that while we have our expectations from the budget, we should keep in mind that budget is not always prepared based only on economics. Politics also plays an important role. So, this is one perspective for the expectation of the budget. The second thing is that of course, your national economic situation plays an important role, and so does the international economic scenario. And anything going bad on the international side will definitely have an impact on our own economy as well. So that is also another consideration. So keeping that in mind, we can say that right now in this year, we have a near perfect situation for having a very good budget. Yes. Why? A, it's not an election year. Our general elections have just been over last year, so we have 4 more years, 4+ years. So political compulsion to have a populist budget is not there. Secondly, you know what is happening at the oil front. Right. The price of oil is nosediving from $115 about a year back, not even a year, a few months back, it is up to around $45. Right. It gives you a unique opportunity to the finance minister to set his home right. Whatever budget deficit is there, for all the years, which, it's a relay race, it goes on one after another, finance minister has to do with it. So this is an opportunity for him that not to get lured, that since the oil price is low, the import bill of not only oil-related items and other items would be low. So I attack inflation and I bring down the price totally. No, it will not be correct, according to me. Now on the flip side, because of oil price going down, the oil producing countries, their economic will be badly hurt. Yes. And when they are, there will be cost cutting there. And those countries, which most of them are our export market, India's export market, that will impact our exports. So we'll have to think of that and give extra fillip to our export through our taxation measures. There are 2 ways. One is non-tariff measure, other is the tariff measure.
So you're saying that the Middle East should become a part of the focus market scheme of the Commerce?
Yeah, the Middle East has to be a focus area because we have a lot of trade and we import a lot of things. Unless we export, that balance will be very much adverse against us.
And then we have lots of
remittances, yes, that will also come down.
So that will also go down.
That will come down. Of course, that doesn't have a direct impact on the taxation part, right, but it comes on the foreign exchange reserve part. Right. So what I'm saying is that this is also another factor one will have to keep in mind. Then I told about the 2 things, the political compulsion and the oil price coming down.
Correct.
The third aspect, which I would say would be very important.
Crude price, the import bill for the crude is going down.
Yes.
What about it will have some implication for the excise duty levy, sir?
That's what I'm trying to say. That the immediate temptation would be that, okay, it's going down, so we keep the excise duty at the same level, prices will come down, petroleum price comes down, automatically all petroleum related goods prices come down, we are attacking inflation. But attacking inflation is not the only aspect of the economy. You have to think of the growth, overall growth. Yeah, for growth, you have to think of, that's why you see that the people expected from the Reserve Bank that they'll reduce the bank rate further so that there'll be more growth. But no, I think the Reserve Bank governor is right in saying that he's not yet satisfied that inflation has been tackled. So the long-term view will also have to be taken. I'll come to that excise point, what I expect from this budget on the excise point. The third important thing which has happened is that, just about a few months back, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, he had a briefing from our Finance Minister and the Finance Ministry officials about the prospect of GST, the preparedness of GST. And after that meeting, he has set the deadline that 1st April 2016, the country will have GST. Now, you can't have GST overnight. So you must have to prepare not only the taxpayers, even the taxmen, and also the structure. Right. So by now, the overall structure of the taxes that will be there in the GST is more or less clear. Right. And like, for example, I'll tell you, we know that it will be a dual GST. We know that there will be two rates in GST. One would be the standard rate, the other would be your slightly reduced rate for goods of common people's use. And there will be a list of exemptions for items to be used by very poor people in the country.
Right, correct.
And but only thing is that in GST regime that the exemption list will have to be kept at the minimum.
It has to be proved.
Minimum. So these factors are there. This will play a role. So I would expect that having made this commitment, I won't say commitment, an announcement that 1st April 2016 the GST would be introduced, and our Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, is going by that target. If you recall, he has introduced the Constitution Amendment Bill, 122nd Constitution Amendment Bill, because there is the first step toward going towards GST.
And this is going to be taken up by
it has been introduced in winter session, and we hope, and he also hopes, and we also hope that it will be cleared in the budget session. So that is coming. So I would expect that there will be certain steps taken which should be in line with the thinking of the GST. So that aligning towards GST so that the transition is smooth. The fourth thing which will be heavy in the mind of our Finance Minister, I suppose, would be the call given by our Prime Minister, Make in India.
Make in India, right.
Now, the call, in order to make in India a success, you have to encourage manufacture. If you want to encourage manufacture, you have to see how they become more competitive compared with the international goods produced or manufactured outside the country. Right. So you have to give them those level playing field. And rather, I would say, if you have to make it more convenient for them. The ambience should be convenient for the manufacturer. Right. So I would like to expect something on that front as well.
Yes, sir. So we will. Since you talked about this Make in India, of course, Make in India is the slogan which is very close to our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. And it's a buzzword which has been picked up by virtually all the ministers of his Council of Ministers. Everybody is talking about in every forum Make in India. The Indian corporate sector is also very keen to see what all is going to be done by the government in terms of policy initiative, in terms of taxation, for instance, tax concessions, in terms of other incentive, in terms of credit, for instance. So there's from taxation perspective in this budget. Because budget is normally people look forward in terms of tax relief. Right. So for Make in India, there is going to be some special package so far as indirect taxes are concerned, sir.
I wouldn't know whether Finance Minister will go for a special package, but it will be definitely reflected in his budget proposal. For example, I'll tell you, I would expect that raw materials and components will get a fair deal, in the sense the rates of duty will be low. Because in order to encourage manufacturing country, I'm talking about the customs side.
The imports.
Duty on the raw materials and components will be low, but the import duty on finished products will be
much higher.
Very higher. When I say that, I should also clarify that finished product, a particular finished product is a raw material or component for another product. So we have to, you have to visualize and do the planning and very clear that what are the items we are going to be manufacturing and which will be perhaps also not only consuming in inside India, will be exporting out. Keeping that in mind, for example, if we are keeping our target on the automobiles, that we will be manufacturing automobile and exporting it, then I would expect that the components of automobile customs duty would be cut down, but the import of cars should be made more expensive. So which means the import duty on manufactured car should be more, whereas the components should be much less. This will encourage your...
so the CKD, SKD, all these things will attract lower duty, so far as car as such...
And I would say, again, I will go beyond CKD and SKD. Having dealt with CKD, SKD for a long time, I would say then again, what manufacturing you do when you import in CKD and SKD? You only do assembling. When I say manufacture, I would like to say that no, not only in CKD, SKD, I would like to manufacture the items, but for the very certain items which perhaps India doesn't have the ability to do it now. All other items should be manufactured. CKD, SKD is what? CKD means completely knocked down vehicles.
So ideally, there should be no tax concession for CKD and SKD. Maybe little lower than the finished
assembly. This is CKD what? Completely knocked down. That means entire car is coming, you just fix the board. But that is not manufacture. I mean, it's a manufacture in terms of excise tariff. But I won't say it manufacture. I feel when Mr. Modi is talking about manufacture, that real manufacturing where you have a big factory, there will be a lot of employment, that employment will generate growth, and all the creation of
jobs
you see,
and income.
You know that our GDP, say the contribution of manufacturing is hardly about 15%, and whereas on service sector it is 64%.
Absolutely.
So I would like this 15% manufacture to go up in first year. It can't jump, but at least from 15 it should become 20-21% in the first year itself. Right. So that cannot be achieved only through CKD and SKD. That's my feeling.
So apart from the raw material, there can be a few luxurious item, for instance, some items of luxury.
There the others, that is another angle. Luxuries items means which even your US President Mr. Barack Obama is talking about, the super rich tax. So that of course he's talking in terms of direct taxes. But I would say that items of use by the super rich can be hiked because they have the capability to pay. And on excise side, again, Make in India excise side, we should encourage for whatever is necessary to give them the facilities. Again, I'll maintain the same thing, the oil prices and this thing, the rate of duty should not be reduced, and so that we can reduce the subsidies, oil subsidies. It's a very artificial thing. You know, the cost of manufacture of diesel and cost of manufacture of petrol, there's hardly any difference. It is only artificially we have made this distinction. And so that distinction, artificial distinction, enough. We had so many years after independence. Now it's enough. Now let it be the market decide it. Coming back to GST, what I feel that, in GST, as I mentioned, there will be two rates. Right now, there are quite a few number of rates in central excise. I would expect Mr. Jaitley Saab to bring down the rate, if not to two, it may not be possible in one stroke to bring it to two, number of rates to be two. But at least it should be 3 or 4, maximum 3. So, and ideally it should be 2 only, because in 2016 you were switching over to two rates. So this is one I would expect. Secondly, in GST regime, the tax on goods and services rate would be the same. It's a goods and service tax. It's one bundle, goods and service. It's neither single goods and single service. Right now, we can't make goods and service same tax, because service tax now is 10%, and goods it is whatever if you bring 10%. But in the GST regime, what will happen? Service tax will become, if CGST, but now I'm talking about the central part of tax, central excise. When the GST comes, it will be central plus state. So if on goods it is 10%, then it will become 20%. 10% for CGST, 10% for this thing. And your service tax will become 10% for service tax and 10% for state, 10% for central tax GST and 10% for the state GST. And in fact, this concern has been raised by many of the service providers.
Yes, sir.
So you can't do that right now, but certain elements you can, items you can identify to give the signal. Third point on GST is that, as you know, on the goods side, the threshold for excise duty is 1.5 crores of annual turnover.
Right, sir.
Now, 1.5 crores is quite a big threshold. In GST regime, threshold will be much below.
Right, sir.
Because why, I tell you. In service tax, the threshold is 10 lakhs.
Yes.
And the state VAT threshold is generally 5%, but in Northeast and other places where the industrial activity is not much, it is about 3% or so. So, states were saying that it should be 10% for the GST.
10 lakhs, sir.
10 lakhs.
Yes,
Yes, thank you for the
yes,
question. 10 lakhs for the threshold.
Right, sir.
But Central was insisting that 10 lakhs again would be keeping too low, because then too many small traders, people
Right.
will be coming
Absolutely,
in
sir,
there.
yes,
And the public finance economics says that it's not very economical to the collection of
Taxes
tax
from a small traders
expenses
and
on collection of tax is more than the tax that you get.
Right.
So leave aside those sectors, and then there is a lot of evasion also in that case. Leave aside this, so bring it at 25 lakhs. So I believe the discussion is still going on, but I hope they will agree
It's
at
going to be
25
between
lakhs.
10 and
Now,
25.
whatever it is, it will be between 10 and 25. Now it is 1.5 crore for goods.
Yes, so that's
so
pretty
and
high.
at the same time, suddenly you can't bring from 1.5 crore to 25. Look, then all those SSI sector will be very badly affected. But then, they should also realize in another 1 year's time, they will be having GST. At that time, they will have to accept the reality of 25 lakhs or 10 lakhs, whatever it is. 25 is, so...
It should be anywhere less than 1 crore.
1 crore. I would say that if finance minister he becomes rather practical and brings it down to say 50 lakhs, or maximum 75 lakhs. So that again it will be showing.
This will have, sir, any impact on the duty, the central excise collection?
Yeah, its collection will go up, because right now the threshold coming down means your base goes up.
The base goes up, sir, but there would be actual collection.
There will definitely. Definitely there will be collection. I tell you why.
Sir.
You see, in any case, nowadays, above 90 lakhs, whenever a SSI crosses 90 lakhs of turnover, he has to inform the Central Excise Authority. They call the declaration. They call declarant. So the Central Excise Authority also keeps a check that yes, they are approaching 1.5.
Right.
And another fact I would like to tell you, that quite a big percentage of small industries in the small scale sector, which are not required to pay excise duty now, but still they are paying it. Why? They are paying, again, I'll say in a philosophical note, that nobody wants to remain small. Even a small manufacturer would like to become big. But he can become big only when he sells it to the big people. Absolutely. And the big people will not take your goods unless you are not only registered, you give him a send-battable invoice, yes, because he will take credit.
Right.
So that's why, in spite of being in the small sector, quite a few of them are paying duty.
So does it mean that it will also have an impact on individual taxpayers? Because if you remember, sir, this Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, when he was the finance minister, he said that up to 5 lakhs, you are not required to file your return, because there is not much collection.
That is in the domain of directors. I will not go into that domain, because it's beyond me. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
But it will have a different impact. I know, you have a point, but I would not like to comment.
So far as GST is concerned, of course, since the threshold has to come down, it's better that Mr. Jaitley should start bringing it down now.
Right. Now, there are different set of exemptions in central excise and as well as in the VAT, state VAT.
Yes.
I recall when I retired in October 2011, that time the number of central excise exemptions were 149,
right.
Whereas the number of state VAT exemptions were about 98.
Right.
And out of that, about 15 to 20 were common. I expect that this exemption list will come down, and it will be common exemption list for both central and state.
Yes.
So keeping that in mind, and that exercise is going on, between the central and state officers are working and pruning down the number of exemptions. So I would expect that this is an opportunity for our finance minister to bring down the number of exemptions. There will be a lot of protests, perhaps,
There
because
will be,
the
certainly.
exemption is something, you get used to it. You just don't want to go.
Leave it, let it go.
Yeah, you don't allow to let it
absolutely,
go.
sir,
But then
yes.
when GST comes, you will have to. So why not start 1 year before and reduce the number of that? Also, I would expect in this budget.
If that happens, sir, that probably the finance minister will have the room to prune the central excise duty on certain products for Make in India.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right on point. I mean, that is a point I would like to
Yes,
say. So he will raise the revenue on other areas,
Right.
and so as to make the Make in India more successful, to cut down the duties on that. You are absolutely right. So these are the effects of GST one. Right now, I think in course of time, I think this will be an opportunity to increase the tax on the SUVs, big cars.
Big cars.
And in that, by that, the finance minister would have taken care of two aspects. One is the emission of the environmental pollution,
Right.
and the other is that, see, Indian roads are small, and the entire thing is so congested with the big cars.
Yes.
So once you do it, then automatically number we expect to come down. Then it will also ease the congestion.
Absolutely.
And so this will be one, and perhaps to give it at the same time to balance for the automobile industry, he may cut down the rate of duty on the small cars,
Right, sir,
with the
correct.
based on the CC
Absolutely.
capacity of
And
the
that will
engine.
be a big flip for indigenizing.
Indigenous and Make in
most of
India
the
as well.
components
So this
of
is this I
auto-
would
auto
expect.
industry, yes, sir.
And even on the on oil sector also. So he can again keep them. Actually, all in the central excise side, it will basically based on that Make in India in mind,
Right.
and as well as the the broadly to cut down the budget deficit, and to think of the oil prices that which might go up anytime in future, and so that will be the expectation from
But
us.
on the import side, sir, nowadays it's very common to see in the Indian market a lot of fashion imported items, sir. Whether it is shirt or a blazer or even liquor, for instance, scotch. I mean, it's very commonly available now. And I was told that the government of India does not collect more than even 1,000 crore customs duty so far as liquor is concerned. And liquor itself is such a huge market in this country.
No, I tell you, well, in respect of customs duty, there's a term called bound duty.
Right.
WTO bound.
Bound
We are
rates,
members of the
yes.
WTO. They put certain thing, beyond a certain thing you cannot go. Because you are committed to that agreement. So up to the limit that it can
This
go,
can be hiked, yes.
and I think this is an opportunity. Indian government should do it. Finance minister should do it, and why not? I mean, the liquor, they mentioned about
Cigarettes, for
scotch
instance,
and all. These are all
yes.
rich man's luxury
Consumption
items.
items,
So
yes, sir.
these items should be taken to the maximum possible. Whatever. In any case, I would say that liquor and cigarette, these are internationally known as demerit goods.
Demerit goods, absolutely.
As being demerit goods, the principles of public finance need not be applied to these items. So
Right.
you can increase the rate of duty to a great extent. But then again, the question will come that whether you should not go beyond this point where your industry will suffer. Industry also should survive.
So apart from these two taxes, central excise and customs, what about the service tax? Are you expecting some specific changes so far as service tax regime is concerned? Because the negative list was introduced. Now the things appear to be settling down. Now we are also approaching the threshold of jumping into this large ocean called GST. Lots of preparation. The tax base is going to take a Hanuman jump in terms of number of SSCs which are going to be under this the GST net. So service tax, are you looking for some kind of steps which will harmonize the service tax?
I tell you, one thing is sure, if ultimately it is decided to be 25 lakhs with a threshold, obviously quite a few service tax. So
there will be a lot of relief for small service
small
providers.
they will
up
go
to the
out
level
up
of
to
some.
because now it is 10 lakhs, it will become 25 lakhs. A big chunk will go out. A big chunk will go
So
out.
what do you think, sir, it will be ideal for the central government that without taking states into confidence at this stage, Mr. Jaitley should probably hike the threshold for service tax from 10 to 15 this year or maybe 20, giving a signal.
Not a bad idea. You are giving ideas.
You know,
I only hope it is this talk is aired quite soon, because as you know, the entire thing, all these things will be locked by around 16th, 17th of February. So
right,
I think Mr. Jaitley might like your idea.
I mean, this is one thing,
this
sir,
will,
which,
because I think central view is that the service tax should be 25 lakhs.
25 lakhs. So
and
why not to hike it to 15 or 20 lakhs
yeah,
perhaps?
20 or 25
This
lakhs
will
is a
send
good thing.
Good signal
Good
also
signal
for
and
Make in
relief.
India.
Absolutely,
The
absolutely.
theme also,
Relief,
sir.
relief to the
Lots of services,
taxpayers
small
on that.
service providers.
I would go with you. I mean, with your suggestion. I mean, Mr. Finance Minister should accept your suggestion, and I would like to it. And then this is an opportunity. Otherwise, you see the 10% again, the GST regime. What will happen? Suddenly there will be a jump. Suppose, for example, I don't know what will be the GST rate finally.
Right,
as you know, it's not yet decided.
Right.
Suppose it is 20%, which
Right.
means 10% CGST, 10% SGST.
SGST.
So suddenly it will be a jump from 10% to 20%. It's quite big.
It's a big jump,
So
sir.
I would expect most of the services in the GST regime would perhaps come in the reduced rate to keep a balance with the current
Absolutely,
existing system. But that's a separate issue. It's not this budget issue. I just mentioned since you raised
I
this
know, sir,
point.
yes.
But that is a good point which you made. That why not increase the
Service
threshold
tax
for
threshold,
services?
about 20 or so,
About
if not
20 or so,
25.
if not-
It will
No,
send
why
a
not 25? Then
positive
why not
signal to
20?
states
Make it
also.
25. I would
Yeah,
say that
because you
make
have
it
a deadline of 1st April 16.
16 and
You
we have
better
to-
do it now.
25 right now. Yes,
Absolutely, sir.
I would go by that.
Yes,
And the other thing is that service tax, the negative list which you mentioned. Yes. Of course, it will be a negative list in the GST regime also. As you know, in 2011, when the first idea was floated and we put it in the website, there is overwhelming majority of trade and industry who wanted the negative list.
Right.
And in the GST regime, perhaps I would just invite your attention to a particular clause in the GST bill where they defined service for the first time. Service was never defined all these days,
Right.
all these years.
Right.
As you know, for service tax, there is no act.
That is why we never
always
had an act,
it is always to the finance bill, and then it becomes finance act.
Right.
That when so this budget, A, B, C, D services are included
Right.
for payment of tax on provision of these services.
Right.
So this is how it is going on. So now it will be a different thing. And now they've defined service, and I think they've taken a cue from one of the EU directives, that's definition.
Yes, sir.
And it's a very all-encompassing definition.
Right, sir.
It says service is defined as anything which is not goods.
Absolutely, sir.
So you can well imagine how vast the
this-
scope would be. And
Absolutely.
if I take as a corollary, I can say, taking a corollary from that, I can say any business activity which is not a supply of goods would be supply of services.
Supply of services,
Because I am now on
absolutely.
supply. Once the GST comes, it will be supply.
Correct.
So this means any supply of service, which is any business activity which is not supply of goods would be supply of service, which would be in the GST bill. So there is a need to be very careful in finding out which are the items which should be in the GST list,
Absolutely.
so that unintended items should not become taxable.
Right, absolutely.
There are many unintended items, for example, funeral service, there are health service, certain
Absolutely,
sectors,
sir.
childcare service.
Right,
I'm
sir.
sure government has no intention of say your the daycare services,
Right,
for the kids which are there. I'm sure government is not has no intention. But by mistake, if they don't put it in the negative list, you can't blame the officers if they go
will
there
go
and
and
start
they will tax
taxing them.
And particularly when sir, the service tax is going to be handed over to the states. And the states guys, the authorities will have absolutely no experience. So they will probably catch hold of some midwife who is providing midwife services. to
No,
senior
I'll tell you
citizens.
one thing. Now you are taking me to a rather a very dangerous, you are chartering me to a dangerous territory. I would say, taking cue from what you said just now, that I would expect that with the coming of GST, states and central will have a lot of coordination. And I think centers should be magnanimous enough to offer the services of some of their officers at each level,
Yes, sir.
from inspector, superintendent, assistant commissioner, up to whatever level,
On deputation
and
basis
deputation
to
to send to the states
state
for the
government.
start with.
Absolutely.
Because they will need the expertise.
Right,
Because
sir.
these officers from the center, they have been doing it since 1994,
Absolutely.
and its services is known to them.
Right.
For states, they know only goods; they don't know the services.
Services.
So that For that, center has to take the initiative,
Right,
and
sir.
states would have to. They should not see, that this is a battle for the turf. It should not be taken as
Right,
that. It's a good thing. By rubbing shoulder with the officers who know service tax, they will also learn a lot. And after a period of time, they can be their own thing. So this will be needed because service tax is not quite a easy thing.
Right,
It's quite different from goods.
So coming back to, sir, the union budget, in a nutshell, sir, anything else you would like to, sir, highlight? You are looking forward to that Mr. Jaitley must do it. So must do items 1, 2, 3, sir, for him.
Must do
Because-
is for me, again, I will not be specifics on items. The must do for me would be that he must start aligning, keeping GST in mind, whatever reforms he can do now, which should be in line with the GST reform which is coming in 1st April, it should start now at the central realm, whatever. This is number one. Number two, keeping Make in India in mind. As you rightly say, to start with, Make in India is getting many ministries, many departments involved. But taxation is a very important part.
Right.
And so give the taxation relief. We do, at some point when the whole whole world was suffering from recession, I wouldn't say recession, there was it was slow, the economic growth was very slow, but we still went on with 9%, 10%, 9% growth.
Yes.
And that is because the stimulus that we gave to the industry.
Right.
You know that it's
2008,
two stages,
yes, correct,
2008, and we maintained that growth. It is possible because some people would be criticizing, saying that the stimulus was not good for it shouldn't have
That was a
happened.
good cushion,
But this
no
is
doubt.
no. But then these are again purist view.
Right.
But as a pragmatic person,
Right.
a tax administrator, not as an economist, I would say this: it was the stimulus had
Yes, sir.
had
It
a
worked
big
well,
role
sir.
in giving the growth. So
Absolutely.
similarly, you have to give some stimulus,
Right.
keeping in mind the Make in India program in.
So
budget.
before,
This will
sir-
be the second point.
Sir.
And the third point is that you must not be very expansive now that the oil price is so low. So it's a bonanza. So you must not. We should be very cautious
Right.
and in reducing the things, the rate of duty and all. Well, attacking on inflation, little bit of inflation is good for the economy.
Right.
I'm making a very,
Yes, sir.
being a non-economist,
It's a-
I'm making this comment.
It's a
but
kind of
it's-
proven medicine, sir,
Yes.
worldwide.
So
yes.
well, if you attack inflation totally only inflation and all the time and they bring down the prices, it will not be good ultimately. Your other activities will have to be there.
So, sir, before I wrap it up, sir, are you expecting anything on tax reforms? I mean, in terms of, tax administration reforms, sir.
Tax administration reforms, well, for tax administration reforms, one doesn't have to go through the budget.
Right.
And this is.
But
this
maybe
is-
an announcement.
No,
by-
I tell you, I mean, yeah, sometimes they do it. And as you know, right now, one Tax Administration Reforms Commission, TARC,
Right.
TARC, is in place. I think 3 reports they have already submitted.
They have submitted, sir,
And
yes.
fourth is, I think,
Interim
expected,
reports, yes, sir.
expected in
Anytime now, sir,
February. I think the term,
Yes, sir.
unless extended, the term is expiring in February. And but as you know, the committee's recommendations, these are only recommendations. Ultimately, it is up to the finance minister.
Right.
He is the person who decides. So all these recommendations will be examined by in both the boards,
Right.
CVDT and CVEC,
Right.
and they will examine, and quite a few recommendations I find these were there in earlier recommendations of Chennai committee and other
Right.
committees,
Right.
the Kelkar committees also.
Right.
So all these things will be examined, and then if finance minister feels it proper, then he can make an exemption. But there's no, there's no compulsion on him. I wouldn't say compulsion. It's not up to him. It's up to him.
Right.
Whether he.
No, because I mean, the idea is the budget itself is such a massive occasion for any finance minister to make a statement to the rest of the world that the kind of initiatives I am taking as a finance minister. And since the tax administration in India has come under frontal attack from various corners, various
Yes, now that
quarters.
you have mentioned about tax administration, without going to any of the committee's recommendation, I'm not going to comment on the
Right.
committee's right now because unless I see the full committee, I'm only getting the
Interim
interim
reports.
report. So, but what I would say that certain things, of course, it is needed to make an announcement. One is that the amount of energy resources are wasted on that futile what we call a litigation.
Right.
So there, and for that, as I said, although the budget is not required for that, but he can make an announcement of what are the concrete steps he is going to take to reduce the litigation.
Right.
Because already certain instructions are there from both the boards. But still, like you're in your, I'm again not in my domain, but from my newspaper I've been saying it has been made amply clear that Vodafone case will not be pursued.
Right.
No further litigation on that case and similar cases also, as I saw.
Yes,
So
similar
something
cases.
like that bold, which are having an impact in a big way.
Right.
This
To shore up the
announcements can be
sentiment
there.
of the investor.
Sentiment, to raise the sentiment. As
Right, sir.
of late, I've been interacting with a lot of investors, both
Sir.
inside the country as well as abroad, and I can see that investors are all these days. The investors' consideration for investing is no longer only the proximity to the market or proximity to the resources,
Or maybe the high return.
or by the higher, but also what is the taxation structure and how good it is to do business. So keeping that in mind, you are absolutely right. Certain statements to that effect will definitely send your dalal straight to the rocket high.
Absolutely, sir. So on this note, and expecting that the finance minister, from Mr. Jaitley, it is going to be a historic opportunity to send the right signal to the rest of the world that India is not only a beautiful country, but it is a highly capital-friendly country. You come, invest, make money, go back home, because government has already rejected the Ministry of Industry's proposal to review the movement of royalty, in fact, the remittance of royalty, where there was a proposal to review it, because lots of royalties and lots of dividend is going out of the country. So it's a good news for the foreign investors, and hopefully there would be a lot of good news for the domestic investors. They should look forward to Mr. Jaitley's full-fledged first budget. Thanking you all for watching us. Look forward to more such programs on YouTube from TIL Tube. Thank you.